Hello, Scorpio. Thank you for tuning in. This is the love read. For the main read for the love, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot by Paul Foster Case and Arthur Edward Waite. And for the supportive cards, as needed, I will use the Romance Angel cards by Doreen Virtue. I just pull them out as it seems warranted. Sometimes they come out, sometimes they don't. That being said, let's go. I am going to actually... This is interesting. And I say that... I'm going to move my stuff out of the way here because... What I'm seeing here at first blush is I feel like if you're in a relationship now, this part right here is about a relationship that's ending. And in the long run, this might serve you better. Yeah, I'm feeling like... Alright, so let's see. What's holding you back right now? Let's start with that. You're working on the relationship. You're trying to make it work out. You're trying to do everything you can. You're feeling it's going to take a while, but you're going to put in the effort. I feel like they're also trying to do their side, but they're trying to take the lead on it. And I feel like you're trying to be a supportive player in that, and they're trying to keep it going. This seems to be what's holding it back, because whatever's going on here, I feel like it's already come to fruition. So that's what's holding you back, which is interesting, because you'd think putting in the effort would be a good thing. I feel like where we're starting with this is that maybe it's not what you think. Maybe you think this is more fixable than it actually is. And I feel like you're trying to do best efforts. I feel like you want to believe your heart is in it, but it's really not. I feel like that's what the moon is saying. You're trying. Yeah, and you have memories, and there's a lot of feelings. Well, there's a lot of history. I feel like there's more history than anything else at this point, and you're trying to be a dedicated player. I feel like you're very cemented in, or you feel like you should be. You feel like you should be. Okay. You don't want to be the one that calls it quits. So you're trying to work it out. Now, on the other side, I feel like the other person's kind of... I feel like they're pulled in another direction, quite frankly. It says past life relationship, but you got the Nine of Swords with this card, but it's away from you. It's not connecting to you, it's away from you. So I feel like something is pulling them away. And they're feeling like they want to move on. But they're not. I feel like they're not coming forward with this right off the bat. That being said, I don't see this lasting long before they... Oddly enough, the Hierophant is about commitment, but I'm noticing his hand in the air more than anything else. I feel like this should be upside down. I feel like this should be releasing of commitment. And that they're the ones who call it. I really feel like this should be upside down. I feel like it's the releasing of commitment. I really, really do. And in their spiritual sense, they're moving on. They got the Six of Swords there. They're moving on. On their side, they also have the Death card. They're calling it. It's over. On their side, I feel like I'm getting multiple signs. Like, I really feel like the Hierophant is saying that they're done. And the last card that's really like driving it home is between the two of you, there's a retreat. Like, I feel like each side is retreating. And initially, you're feeling kind of like defeated. I feel like this is just initially. Like, this is a defeat card, granted. This is rock bottom, granted. People like to point that out every now and then. But I feel like this is just the transition. Like, the fact that, you couldn't save it or the work wasn't working out. You didn't want to be the one that called it. You didn't want to be the one who walked away. So you really were giving an honest effort, but I feel like it's the moon here talking again. Like at first blush, it's heartbreaking at first, but I also feel like once the dust settles, once the moon moves on, like after 3 or 4 days, like the moon's usually full for 3 or 4 days, I want to say. Once that moves on, 3 or 4 days pass, I feel like this feeling passes too, and I do feel like it's an initial, like, I feel like this is like a crumble, for like the tower. You're not happy. When it first falls apart, you're not happy, but they are. They're happy to move on, and I feel like you're noticing that. I feel like once you notice that it's not destroying them, you're just like, well, maybe I shouldn't be broken up about it either. I feel like this initial reaction, it's the moon. Like, you feel like it's almost like a defeat. Like, it's like losing a game of chess or something. But then all of a sudden you're just like, well, I knew this was coming, and it's been a struggle. And I feel like it's been a struggle for a while. And at first while, it's kind of devastating because you feel like you've put all this effort into it and trying to make it work out, and just finally the other person gave in. You just feel like it's just not fair, that there's nothing else you can do to save it. But once you realize that they're happy, that they've moved on, they're over it, they're just kind of like, you kind of have this breath of fresh air, like, you know what, all this effort I've been putting in has been going nowhere anyway. And I don't have to do that now. Like, it's kind of like a weight has been lifted. And at first you're not seeing it that way. In the first part, you're not seeing it that way. You're feeling very defeated, and you're not happy. And you're just like, all that work you put in went to nothing. But then you're like, well, they're not broken up about it. Why should I be? And you know what? It's a weight lifted. I don't have to do all this double duty, triple duty, to try to make this relationship work out when the other person they're happy it's over, but you know what? I'm kind of happy it's over too, because I don't want to do all this work for nothing. And I feel like you're feeling relieved in the long run. Not at first. I'm going to say not at first, but when it's finally said and done, and you're just like, well, apparently it didn't mean that much to them, and I'm doing all this work for nothing. Like, I'm doing triple duty, triple duty, and now I don't have to do that. And now I'm free from it. So, done. Done is done. I feel like that's what the whole point of this is. I'm not getting really anything else. Okay, so I guess the whole point is, like, I feel at first it's going to be kind of upsetting, but 3 to 4 days, 2 to 4 days, something like that, pass, and you might be like, you know what, they're not broken up about it. Why should I be broken up about it? Because you know what, it is a weight off my shoulders, and apparently they're happy to be done. You know what, I might as well be happy to be done too. And I feel like it's like you were so dedicated to the situation, and you're starting to realize, you know what, I think I was more dedicated to the situation than the person. So be it. Moving on. And I feel like it's a breath of fresh air. Weight lifted. I don't know. I don't do that breath of fresh air thing, apparently. So I don't think initially you're going to feel that way, but after it settles, you'll feel better. I think that's the whole point of that reading, that after it settles, you'll feel better. Alright, now let's move into Scorpio, single Scorpio. I don't think I said it in the beginning, but the first half is for relationship, the second half is for single Scorpio. Sorry. Okay. I usually mention this stuff in the beginning. Maybe I did and I'm just not remembering it, but I'm not thinking I did. Excuse me. Alright, so Scorpio. Scorpio is a water sign, Queen of Swords. Swords are an air sign, granted, but I'm feeling like this is you kind of getting out there and mixing things up, and you're feeling like you want to start to see who's available for you. Granted, it's the Queen of Swords, but the general read, don't get caught up in the gender of the card, like I always say. So this is where you're standing. You're ready to talk. You're ready to get things going. You're ready to find out who's out there. Your thoughts, you're ready. You're going to do it. You're like, I'm moving forward. I got ideas, things I want to see. I want to see if I can get things going. I'm ready to get out here. Now, that being said, The overall energy is the Knight of Pentacles, which makes me feel like you're looking for somebody, but you're not looking to jump into something. You're looking to find out what's out there. You're trying to unearth, like, who's available to me? What type of options do I have? Who can I bring into my life? What do I want in my life? Do I want something right now? Do I want something more lighthearted right now? You're considering options. You're not looking to jump right into, like, full board relationship. You're ready to find out what's possible. Okay. Now, I feel like one of the reasons this is like you might have had a situation where you felt stuck in it before. You might have had a relationship that's kind of weighing on your mind, like, I don't want to get stuck in a relationship again that I just feel like I have to nurse and keep it going and just constantly have to put Band-Aids on and constantly have to do things. I don't want to be like the life support of a situation. So I'm kind of looking to make sure I find the right person and not somebody I just have to constantly take care of. Okay. If this is hitting for you. Now, you have great ideas. You're getting out there. You're finding out what's available. The Page of Rods for you, especially in this reading, you're getting out there. You're literally looking under rocks, unearthing things, finding out, like, I don't feel like you're satisfied with just who comes towards you or what looks good first off. You want to get to know people. You want to see even the quiet one in the corner that you think is a little bit attractive. You're going to go over there and get to know them and just see what they're about. Because you know what? Even the quiet ones might be a good match for you. You don't want just the flash. You don't want just somebody who's just going to look good. You don't want somebody who just comes to you and makes you feel good. You want to find out what people are about. I feel like you're more investigative. Investigative? I feel like you're trying to get in. You're trying to find a good match. And you're also, there's a lot of strength here. Like, I feel like there's a couple of them that really catch your interest and you kind of want to move forward on, but you're holding back. And you're pulling the reins back a bit. You're just like, you know what? Nope, not going to end up with somebody I have to take care of again because this is what's happened before. I'm going to hold it back. I'm going to calm it down, and I'm just going to really investigate and find out who I really want to be with and who's a good match for me. That being said, I feel like there's some people coming towards you that are a little bit more aggressive. Again, don't get caught up in the gender of the card. Queen of Rods makes me feel like this is somebody who's very engaged, very emotionally ready. Somebody ready to get things going. Somebody ready to, emotionally invest. And I feel like you have a couple offers coming towards you, for the most part. For most of you, I feel like you have a few offers coming towards you, especially when I see the Seven of Cups. Now, for you, I feel like there's bunch of options. Like, you're trying to unearth all this stuff. You're looking to see, and I feel like there's a lot of people like, I want to go forward with this. I'm interested. If you want to start, I want to start. Like, I feel like you got a few people coming at you. But I also feel like you're walking away from these people. There's a lot of options. Like, this is the 8. This is the 8 of Cups. All the options are coming towards you, but you're walking away from, I feel like, all of them. Pretty much all of them. And maybe not all of them. I should be fair. You're not taking any offers right now. That's probably the better way to put it. You're not taking anything right now. You're not starting anything right now. But there are a few people that you're trying to get. Of all these options coming towards you, I feel like there's a few you're considering. And with the Three of Pentacles next to the Three of Cups, you've decided there's a few of them you're interested in, and I feel like you might be a little bit more, how do I put this? Careful on, like, let's just hang out. Like, nothing serious, not really a date. Let's just hang out and do things. And you're trying to be careful because you want to get to know, there's a few of them you want to get to know a little deeper, and you're deciding whether you want to go forward with something or not. And there's a few of them, I know there's a 3 here, but it's a general read. There could be 3. You're really looking deeper into, and you're just kind of trying to decide, like, if I'm going to go with this one, what's life like with this one? If I'm going to go with this one, what's life like with this one? So on and so forth. You may be more talking with people you know in common. You might be more trying to just, like, search it out on Facebook. What type of person is this person really? Like, when things go bad, do they freak out? With their past loves, can I see other posts where they rip them apart, or am I noticing a big chunk of space where there's no posts at all? In other words, maybe they had a freak out and then they deleted all the freak out. Things like that. I feel like you're being very thoughtful because you're like, you know what? I've gotten stuck in situations before that I didn't like, and I don't want that to happen again. So you're trying to think a little forward, and you're really holding yourself together. I feel like you're really holding it together very strongly, not committing to anyone. But as this time moves on, I feel like there's a few of them that you're considering. I don't feel like you've decided you're going to be in a relationship and it's going to be one of these people, like whatever this group is, but you're investigating deeper. I feel like you're very mindful, like you don't want to end up in a situation like you've already ended up in before. You're looking to try something different, a little bit more stable, a little better for you. Something that has longevity where you're not taking care of somebody. It's like a give and take is okay, but you don't want to be like the life support of the whole situation. Okay. Alright. So that's the relationship read. This is the single section. Definitely, if you would like a reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.